There are people who claim to see these entities on the side of the road. They call them the Watchers, the Night Watchers, the Night Stalkers.
According to Hopi tradition, when fire and floods nearly destroyed the surface world, it was the Ant People who opened their underground cities, sheltering humanity until the danger passed.
There is an entire connected series of tunnels underneath the college town of Flagstaff, Arizona. And I'm about to tell you who made it and the horrors that may be connected to it now.
Let's get right into it. We're talking about creepy stuff in Arizona, our home state.
Yeah.
Were the domes in Casa Grande haunted? Built in the early 1980s, the domes were intended to be facilities for manufacturing computers. The dome-like structures connecting to each other looked like caterpillars. One of the buildings was shaped like a flying saucer. Shortly after the domes started being constructed, the project stopped. The domes were abandoned to the desert. The unique look of the domes and being abandoned grew mystery and attracted many to explore the domes. Some said they felt an unknown creepy presence. Some locals say in the 90s, witchcraft rituals were held there. The county tore down the domes due to it being unstructurally safe. It's said the land the domes once sat on are still haunted.
Have you ever heard of that?
Yeah, I've actually filmed at the domes.
Oh, any weird feelings, presences, ghost?
Maybe. I was very superstitious at the time. Well, I'm still am, but like there,
Even more so.
like even there, probably even more so. I was just like, oh, this is pretty cool. This is crazy and creepy. But I never really thought, I was like, oh, demonic presence here or anything like that. Thankfully, I don't think I'd have felt that at the time.
Yeah.
We were too focused on filming the music video we were working on.
It was for the Monte rock band.
Yeah, the domes are pretty cool. I remember, I think we met the guy who owned them at the time, because I don't, like, she said that like a company made it, like, you know, we're building them, but I think they sold it back to whoever like the guy was. And then I was actually kind of bummed out to hear that they were tore down. So I was like,
Then he died.
that might very well be it.
All of Casa Grande is haunted. Coolidge to Florence too.
Interesting. Coolidge. I've never been to Coolidge or Florence.
Me either. Very much so. Shadow people everywhere. Different voices being heard. Ooh.
Interesting.
No shadow people for you?
Well, our crew consisted of like at least 10 or more people. So I think at the time all we heard was each other's voices. We didn't stay there at night. Actually, we stayed there till like sunset, and then we got the hell out of there. So I don't know. Because I think the guy said that, like, yeah, I don't want you guys here past like sundown.
Don't be here past sundown.
Don't be here past sundown. You don't want to be here past sundown. I mean, maybe that's what it was. So
Christian.
And then there's someone saying there's been there the echo from the shape and structure. Yeah, I mean, your voices echo like crazy in there.
Really?
Yeah.
Drove by them and stopped to look at them, but I was still in my car, but I swear I felt the hairs on the back of my neck stand up. I got this weird, eerie feeling.
They're eerie, but like, I don't know. I think for everyone who grew up here and would pass by them, you'd be like, that's crazy. That's just weird, right? It's like they're just abandoned. I went there a long time ago. My nephew took me there, went inside it. It was haunted. We caught a woman's voice on the camcorder. There was a dead dog and birds there. Well, when we went, this was back like in 2016, 2017, a long time ago now. Maybe even before then.
Yeah.
We never found a dead dog. Birds, maybe. I think we saw like a couple of dead animals. It was just graffitied.
I think the spirits are on their best behavior because they respect the working man.
They do. They respect the film crew. It's like, yeah, we're going to let these guys, just get their job done, and then we can go back to doing our spooky shit. So,
yeah.
But like, yeah, dude, to be honest with you, I don't remember it being very, very haunted.
Guess we'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
Go to the next one.
Phoenix, Arizona, over the last couple of days, have seen these dust storms, 2 of them being very, very strong, which they consider a Cat 5. Now, what's interesting about this is I just reported about a man in Payson who had a very strange encounter, seeing what he described as this glowing dragon-like creature moving along the desert floor. Now, not too far in the Fountain Hills, Fort McDowell area, there was a gentleman this morning who had a very strange encounter. He said he was driving to work. It was completely dark outside. And he said as he drove down the road, he began to see the dust move in. He said visibility got very, very low. And he said as he kind of looked through the dust out into the desert, he noticed some figures. And he said at first he thought maybe these were just some very large cactus. But he said he noticed they were moving, and each time he would look back from the road over to the desert, he said he would see these things get closer. As they came into sort of picture or into his vision, he noticed these things look like very tall stick figures that were moving very erratically. So they got to within
Slenderman?
Maybe.
Siren Head?
about 15 to 20 feet of his vehicle, and they just disappeared. He didn't know what they were. He didn't know what he encountered, but he said he felt like whatever it was, it had some association with the dust storm. So what do you think? Is there something weird about all these dust storms happening in the Phoenix area? Phoenix, Arizona.
So what do you think? I'm going to leave now. That's pretty
He
funny.
turns to dust. What do you think, though, before we get in the comments?
I don't know. I know we get haboobs here.
Yeah.
And, but it's just like, I don't know. I live in the city, so I don't really.
Yeah.
And we stay inside because, like, the thing I'm worried about the most about if I ever get caught in those is like catching yellow fever.
Really?
Yeah. Because, like, apparently, like, a lot of dogs can catch it. Like, a lot of pets can catch it if they're, like, caught out in there or whatever. So it's kind of, it sucks. But so this is my first time hearing about these dragons in the sky during a dust storm.
would say if there was anything like a need to move around, that'd be an ideal time to do it.
Yeah, it's cover.
Yeah.
It's cover for sure. Why dragons and not like serpents? Well, I guess I know they're like the same thing, but like, you get what I mean? Like,
Do we got to
like
get in this debate
snake.
again?
Well, no. We don't need to get in this debate. But like, dragons have wings, right? So like, I mean, snakes.
Yeah. Well, it's
Why aren't they not like giant snakes?
Who's
I
to
don't
say
know.
they're not?
Very well could be.
Let's see what the people are
I
saying.
like that one. That's like the second comment. The Super Mario
Does it
creatures.
look like this by chance?
Yeah.
Hey, in the desert.
Yeah, they're moving.
Craziest thing is there were no alerts that came up on my phone either, like there usually is for dust storms.
I mean, I think it depends on the area you're at, right?
Yeah, like if you're not really in the area, right?
Like, well, I feel like if like you're out in, because Fountain Hills is far, you're in the desert. Like,
I think I've
like,
never been out there.
I've been out there for a friend's shoot once. It's all desert except for the people who live there, obviously. But I feel like if you don't live there, you're not gonna get an alert. So like someone in Phoenix or Tempe, you're not gonna get an alert for someone who lives in like.
Yeah.
I feel
that
like
could be
they're
a reason.
exactly. I feel like they're more likely to get a dust storm over there because they're so far in the desert. I know people are saying we normally get haboobs, and yes, that is true. But these were weird in the sense that the dust hung like a fog and just lingered. It just lingered for hours. We also normally get them followed by rain, which helps the dust settle. Now, I don't think that's true. We just recently had, and I don't know how old this video is, but we just recently had a wave of dust storms hit, like maybe like a day or 2 or 3 days in a row.
Yeah.
Followed by no rain. So
Just dust in there.
yeah, and we got air warnings, like hey, there's dust in the air, be careful. It's like it's just all dust. Like the sun was blocked out, so I don't think we get rain necessarily after the dust storm.
I have lived in AZ for decades. Haboobs or dust storms come and go fast, and it looks like brown dirt in the air. This stayed in the air all day like fog, and it was gray/black, very eerie and not normal at all. Everyone in my area woke up and thought there was fire, but it was just smoke in the air. But dust was the final verdict.
Yeah, she.
What people were talking about.
Yo, what is that? Tell me I'm not tripping.
How long ago was this?
It looks like around the same time.
Is that
August?
That is. What was?
Wait, a helicopter in the sky. Dark. What is that shit?
What are those 3 things right
Sean,
there?
what is that?
Record it.
I am.
You see them? What is it?
Why are
That's
they
weird.
flying in the dark too? What the fuck?
They're chasing something.
Demons, bro.
What the
The
fuck?
thing is,
Phoenix, Arizona.
nowadays, how can you like freaking with AI, bro? Everyone's just gonna. You could literally see something. Everyone's just gonna be, oh, it's AI.
Yeah, I've been seeing some crazy AI videos. Like they can do like you would never think that they're
Yeah.
AI.
Yeah, especially like it's so much easier for AI to mimic or generate videos that look purposely low quality.
Yeah, 100%. That's probably the easiest to do.
Yeah, so,
So you can make like a found footage thing look like it was
There's
from the
been
90s.
a
yeah,
Dragons in Arizona. I think
recent
that
dragon sighting.
I don't know if there's dragons, but I think that there are for sure, and dragons were biblical. So I mean, I'm not saying that there's no such thing as dragons.
Yeah.
I just don't know if there's dragons here in Arizona. I think we have the Thunderbird. I don't know if you know about the Thunderbird. They say that every time there's a storm, they say it roosts in Superstition Mountains. In the Superstition Mountains. The Superstition Mountains, obviously, given the name.
Thunderbird? I never put any of this together until right now.
Well, they said that whenever there's a storm coming, it's because it's coming back home to roost on those mountains. So.
It's a huge ass bird.
So
dragon bird?
Maybe. It could very well be a dragon.
That happened in Arizona. And this one is kind of interesting because you don't often hear dragons described in this manner. Now, there was this young gentleman, he was driving from Payson to Phoenix. He said it was close to around 9 o'clock at night. So there wasn't too many cars on the road. He said as he was driving, he had his radio on. He said he noticed up ahead off in the desert, there was some sort of glowing light. He said as the vehicle turned around these curves and these hills, it got a little closer. He said he noticed this light started to move. So that's when it came into focus. It looked almost like some kind of snake or serpent. He said this thing moved, just like a snake. It was kind of turning and moving up and down, crawling along the desert floor. And he said this thing then took off into the sky and it started to fly. And he said it looked just like how people would describe a dragon. And he said, but this thing was all lit up, glowing all sorts of colors, green and purple and orange. He said it was just sort of pulsating. It was very beautiful. And then he said it sort of blinked out and just disappeared off over the mountains. So he continued to drive as fast as he could to Phoenix. And he said that he had heard from a couple other people that there was some sort of UFO sighting in the same general area. So what do you think? Are dragons real?
UFOs are just dragons. Colorful dragon.
Maybe.
You know how there's those weird jellyfish or things, and the deeper you go down that kind of have luminescence or whatever?
Yeah.
Or there's weird stuff like that in the sky.
Could very well be. I mean, in the Bible it says that, the firmament, and then we have the skies, and then obviously the land, and then the ocean.
Mm-hmm.
But they say that above the firmament is the water of the heavens.
Water again. So maybe the firmament is just obviously there's the heaven, the oceans of the heaven on top of the sky. Hear me out. Our sky is really just somebody else's bottom of their ocean.
It's heavens.
I heard of that though. As far as the firmament and waters above.
Yeah.
Waters below. God separated.
Yeah, so I know there's gonna be a lot of people who are like,
you guys are idiots.
Science. Well,
hey, come on, it's fun to think like this, and honestly, this doesn't sound as crazy as some of the stuff they want you just to believe out there.
Exactly.
Okay, there's a rumor that there's a dragon that resides in Death Valley.
I wouldn't be
around the Mojave Desert.
I wouldn't doubt that. Death Valley.
And even though everybody and their mother has a phone, nothing, huh? Oh, there we go. I mean, when something happens, if you've seen something miraculous, it's maybe not your first thought to pull out your phone.
Yeah, I feel like, wow, that's insane. I mean, I don't know. There has been instances where I was like, oh, I want to pull out my phone for this, but it's just like, you know what? I want to savor this moment. So I'm not just saying that the guy's like, oh my God, this is crazy. I'm going to savor this moment. But I don't know. I mean, maybe he was in awe.
And also, how quick does something like that really happen? He said he's seen it crawling.
Exactly.
And you're still trying to figure it out.
And he's driving.
And then you see that happen. And then in the seconds of it flying up and being over there, my kids let a balloon accidentally fly out of the car. And I'm looking and I'm like, what? I didn't know what happened. And then the next thing I know, I look up and it's way over there already. I'm like, Jesus. And that's just a balloon floating,
like that, man.
Let's keep
Phoenix, there are these desert highways
that's a creepy image.
Go 67 miles without you ever seeing a single person, a house, a gas station. They are so remote and isolated that they are terrifying to drive. And there are people who claim to see these entities on the side of the road. They call them the Watchers, the Night Watchers, the Night Stalkers. Some people call them Stickmen. The Native Americans call them Stick Indians. Now, there was this trucker named Lamont. Lamont was driving from California to Oklahoma. He did not like truck stops. He did not like to stay at truck stops. And so he would always take these back roads, these scenic routes, so that he could pull off onto a dirt road and sleep in the back of his camper at night. Well, he found himself on this one particular stretch of highway in Arizona where it was just completely open desert. And there was nothing around except cactuses and small bushes. As he's driving down this road, it is approaching twilight. The sun is starting to go down, the sky is red, and he had maybe about 40 to 50 miles to the nearest town.
Damn.
Well, he started to notice something off in the distance up on the highway. And he said it was over to the right, just standing there, and it looked like some kind of large cactus. As the truck got a little closer, he started to realize it had the shape of a very skinny, tall person, and it looked like a stick figure, is how he described it.
Well, that sounds like Slender
he
Man
gets
or Siren Head. That one sounds like that.
What's up with all these really skinny figures?
They don't eat. They don't need to eat.
Or they go so long in between eating.
That's a scary thought. Yeah, I don't want to hear about that.
within about 20 to 30 feet of this thing. And he could see that this thing is like 9 feet, 10 feet tall. It is huge.
And they're all very tall,
but
too.
it doesn't have any shape or form, really. It is just like a giant stick person. And he's so distracted and focused on this that he accidentally crashes his truck.
Jeez.
And the back of the truck fishtails off the road, and he finds himself turned around in the middle of this desert road. So he manages to back the truck and get it straightened out, and he pulls off to the side of the road. At this point in time, he notices whatever this figure or thing was, it was gone. He figures, I better inspect the truck and make sure that I didn't do any damage. So he gets out of the truck and he goes around to the trailer.
Yeah, I would not get out of the truck. Fuck that.
And as he's looking
Keep
on
going.
the passenger side wheels, he hears the rattle of wind hitting these like shrubs. So he turns around, and off in the distance, there is the stick figure thing again. It is just standing there. It isn't moving, and it looked like a giant stick person. So he's like, I need to get this done and get back in my truck. So he starts inspecting the wheels again. This time when he turns around, it is now closer.
Bro, come on. No, I'm getting
And as he
a
moves a
lot
little
of it,
further
dude.
and
Sorry.
turns around again, it is now even closer. And by the time he gets to the passenger side door, this thing is right up on him. And he can see this thing is 9 foot tall. So he jumps in the truck, he starts it up, and he starts driving off. As he's driving down the highway, he gets maybe a mile away from where he sees this thing. And he sees it again on the side of the road. And then a couple miles later, he sees it again. And this thing just kept disappearing and reappearing on the same spot on the right side of the highway. All the way until he reached this town, which was 40 miles away. This thing continued to follow him. Finally, he gets into this small little town, which is on a reservation, and he pulls into the small gas station. Gets out of his truck and he goes in and he grabs a coffee. And the Native American man who is behind the counter says, like, you look stressed, like, is everything okay? He goes, you're not going to believe me, but, I just had this experience with something that looked like a stick figure. And the Native American man said, oh, yeah, I know. He said, my people, we talk about this all the time. It's called, a stick Indian. And, we believed that in older times, our ancestors, they would ride horses and they would see these things out in the desert. And sometimes they would chase them. Sometimes they were just protectors or watching over the land. And so he said after that, even though he did not like rest stops or truck stops, he chose to only stay at truck stops and stay on the interstate.
Yeah, Arizona has some creepy highways. Everyone's like, oh, the Dragon is like, but I feel like it's more like that.
Yeah.
It's just, we are a vast desert. And it's just, you don't know what the heck is out there, man.
That's true. When you think about it, when you're like just driving even from just here to Tucson, I mean, you think, okay, I took the trip so many times in my life that it's just like, okay, straight shot here or there. But when you really like pull out and think about it, like if you flew a drone up in the air,
yeah,
you're just on this little piece of road that's going through, and then all this way desert, this way desert, And then I wouldn't put it past anything going on out there.
I wouldn't put it past either anything. I mean, like I'm finishing the book of Job, and like he talks about Leviathan and Behemoth, and God said, I created these things. So who's to say that God didn't create, more of these things?
Yeah,
and
or
even
the fallen angel things that have been created.
Fallen angel, the stick Indians could very well be demons.
Yeah. Or I've seen something about, I forgot what it was in maybe talking about like the fallen angels when they came and fell.
Yeah.
In all the crater spots that hit.
Yeah.
And they're saying how like, why are they all purposely like this, or none of them are kind of different ways?
Like at an angle.
And we have one. Have you ever been to Crater City up past Flagstaff?
No.
Going towards Winslow?
No. To be honest, I don't even know if I've heard of that.
It's a huge crater out there. Like it's crazy. Like there's like a whole place like little like whatever kind of touristy center that you drive up to next there, and you can go and look out and you can see how huge it is.
Interesting.
So we got one of those out here too.
I rewatched the It movies.
Yeah.
It is a demon. Pennywise is a demon because he falls.
Yeah.
He falls, and then when they go into the second movie, when they see him in the crater, like, dude, he's a demon.
Yeah, the crater. Yeah, there you go again.
So he's a fallen angel.
A lot of stuff with Native Americans and that too.
Yeah, I mean, 100%. Like, I think this is just, spiritual warfare is real, and I think this goes alongside of that. So, I mean, the stick Indians, they very well could be demons.
And then there obviously was stuff in the past. So you heard about like the Native Americans, how they wrote like in the stuff of like ant people out here.
Oh yeah,
yeah, like and
yeah.
There's like is this somewhere out here like a huge like city that was found like underground and stuff?
I don't remember. Maryville. Very well could have been.
Ant people are the Hopi. According to Hopi tradition, when fire and floods nearly destroyed the surface world, it was the ant people who opened their underground cities, sheltering humanity until the danger passed. But here's where it gets controversial. Hopi elders describe the ant people with strange precision. Tall, thin bodies, large heads, and enormous eyes. features that sound eerily familiar to modern accounts of so-called greys. Archaeologists confirm the Hopi lived in regions riddled with vast cave systems across Arizona and New Mexico, some still unexplored. Geological surveys show labyrinths beneath the mesas, chambers big enough to house entire communities. And in 1909, the Arizona Gazette even reported the discovery of what appeared to be an underground city in the Grand Canyon,
That's
filled
crazy.
with artifacts no one
What?
could explain. So what if the Ant People weren't just myth, but memory proof of an advanced civilization that survived below while the surface was in chaos? And here's the twist. Hopi prophecies say the Ant People will return when the world faces its greatest test. With rising seas, firestorms, and collapsing ecosystems, could we already be standing at that threshold?
We went to Kartchner Caverns during the summertime. It's outside of Tucson. And they're saying that like when you go underneath and everything, it's like a steady like 72 degrees year round in the cave at all times.
Sounds kind of nice.
Exactly. Like, and maybe that's one of the only ways to be able to survive in a desert, by being underground.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
Oh, I don't know about the cave systems. I've seen enough horror movies to know not to go into caves.
Yeah.
Best living caves in the country is underneath this hill near Benson, Arizona. With conservation and accessibility as a top priority, Kartchner Caverns State Park opened in 1999.
Oh,
The caves are as close to pristine as possible today and are in the same shape they were when they opened. To protect the cave, phones and cameras are not allowed on tours. We had special permission from the park to film and share the inside. You can find more details on the park's website where you can book your tour in advance, which is highly recommended.
They want to preserve it, even though they laid out all this stuff. Like all this walkway. I'm like, how do they preserve it? You got like a nice walkway in there.
Underground. I'm Zach
and
Perry
lights
with
posted
ABC
up everywhere.
Yeah.
And we're at Kartchner Caverns State Park.
So just no flash
in
photography.
Benson, Arizona.
This doesn't do it justice
Tucson.
though. When you're in there, like
Exploring
especially
an
like
active-
this one part of it, it's crazy how big it is, bro. It's like you're in a underground IMAX theater.
Whoa.
Almost.
That's
you
pretty
know?
cool. Yeah.
It's crazy how huge it is.
That's pretty cool.
And that's just where we're at. Like, who knows where else there is? And that's just right there. Like, imagine these other, you know, vast cave systems and things like that. So that's something for sure I believe in. Like,
I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt it.
Underground cave stuff, you know?
Oh, 100%. I would not doubt that at all.
Whole other past history exists, and we never were taught the truth. Yeah. I'm from Tucson, and I never heard of these entities before. I'd see shadow people on the side of the road by Vulture Mine Road going to Wickenburg when I'd go to work at 4 a.m. Damn, they're all early. Creepy. All right, next one.
Some believe that when Lucifer fell to the earth, he landed on top of Grande Mountain in Arizona. What's interesting about that is the Vatican owns an observatory on top of Mount Graham. And the observatory is called Lucifer.
Oh, come on, man. Why the hell
The
would you
Vatican
do that?
only owns 2 observatories, one in Italy and one in Arizona, where some believe Lucifer fell to the earth. What's intriguing is in the Bible, Lucifer is also known as the morning star. And the Arizona...
Oh, morning star.
Oh, man. Okay.
Bro, I didn't know that part. Like, only 2 places in the world, and one of them is Arizona. There's something historical about AZ, bro, for sure. I mean, and we talked about it, like Vatican obviously having a whole bunch of stuff
Yeah,
put
like
away.
the files and everything, yeah.
So, like, why would they have a observatory out here? And why would you name it that?
I agree. Why would you name it that?
Why wouldn't you name it Jesus Christ or something? Like, it's too sus, bro. Let's keep going.
flag is a falling star. Arizona also sounds a whole lot like Arizona. There's also 13 rays.
What? I don't get that.
I don't get that.
Sounds like Arizona. Oh, what does that mean?
The 13 rays are to represent the 13 counties in Arizona. Perhaps those 13 counties are meant to represent 13 bloodlines. Not far from that observatory is Highway 191, which was originally US 666. A 9 with 2 ones is an interesting change after 666. Considering all this information together, it definitely shouldn't be overlooked that TSMC is also located in Arizona, where they're potentially making the chips that they want.
Oh, the chip manufacturers. Okay.
Just up north from here.
Really?
Yeah, you didn't know that?
No.
I didn't tell you about that. When I was barbering down the street, we'd get a lot of guys who are workers from there. We had this one guy who came in who was more or less like some type of, not higher up, but like definitely like a higher position than the average guys that came in there.
Okay.
And he said how, well, I think it was around the time like Biden was coming and they were like being all very weird about stuff, hush hush and all this kind of stuff. And you can't have your phone, can't film anything like that. But I guess there was like, he was saying that underground, there's like huge, like concrete, like places and rooms that they're building out, like for what? Underground stuff in Arizona. I heard a theory about why we're using so much water for a lot of these data centers.
Yeah.
And it's a way to bring water underground without being so conspicuous. Because there's a video too where MrBeast went, he's talking about all these underground bunkers, and one of them he goes to where he can't tell about the location or anything like that. And it's like a U.S. underground bunker one. Let me see if I can find the clip.
$1 billion bunker, the most secure bunker on the planet, the Cheyenne Mountain Space Force Station. This bunker is shielded by over 2,000 feet of solid granite rock.
That's
and can
crazy.
literally withstand the most destructive weapons ever devised by mankind.
What happens if we run down this tunnel?
Don't ask him.
They'll shoot you. Oh, I won't run down the tunnel then.
All right, let's do this. Now, usually, this is where we'd have a 3D map showing just exactly how this bunker is laid out. However, this bunker is so top secret.
I need you to put a lens cap on this camera. Okay.
I legally cannot show you anything like that from here on out. And if somehow you make it past the guard, you'll reach this massive nuclear bomb-proof door. Durable enough to protect you from the biggest and deadliest bombs ever created. Whoa, wait, there's two?
So this is what we call the welcome wall. This is going into the compound now.
Does that say Space Force?
It does. You have Space Force here.
These are the 4 commands that operate outside of this bunker. And to ensure the complete safety for these elite world leaders, this bunker is also designed to survive something far less predictable than any enemy threat, Mother Nature. And it does so by literally floating. They carved out a gap
The whole
between
thing is
mountain and
on
the bunker,
freaking
and then put the bunker on
suspension.
so the shockwave
Yeah.
of a nuclear attack or even an earthquake is completely absorbed.
Welcome to the most secure bunker on the planet.
This is just what they're showing.
Massive blast doors, block furniture.
Showing us
I
through
can't even tell you how
MrBeast.
far because
Yeah.
it's classified. To get here, the most secure place on the planet. Let's see what's inside. And now we are at the what?
The battle deck.
Am I allowed to show all this?
Everything except for what's on the right.
That's definitely not a UFO. But to protect North America from an airborne or maritime attack, this is where the leaders of NORAD would be calling the shots.
This is where our general sits.
Oh, this felt like the general's seat. Can I sit in the general's
Absolutely,
seat?
go ahead.
Okay.
Isn't that crazy though? And that's what they're talking about and showing. Like, you know, there's stuff that they're not talking about at all.
Yeah.
Very weird, right?
Yeah.
I forgot why we got into that. Oh yeah, we're talking about TCM.
Data centers.
I want to put in you the mark of the beast, which has serpent imagery as you're getting up
Dude,
close to
okay.
it.
I can
Not just
get
that,
behind
but I believe the highways it's on is significant because it's the I-17 and the 303. Both interesting numbers.
I never heard anything interesting about 17.
Yeah, I don't know what he's talking about. 17.
I know 33, but
yeah.
And it was at that point that I fell in love with Arizona. I said, you know what, this has to be God's country. You know, because I've never seen anything as beautiful as that sunrise. Then I met the devil in God's country.
I will give him credit. We have the most beautiful sunsets, but I mean, I would always assume that like, hey, it's God giving us the most beautiful sunsets. Oh, there's what, yeah. The Grand Canyon is the crater that was formed when he fell. Yeah,
that'd be crazy. Yeah, I live in Arizona. It's definitely hot as hell here.
Yes, it's very hot here. It sucks.
Plus, it's hot as shit. Only state that doesn't change time.
That's true. We don't.
I think it's better that way.
Yeah.
DMX said he met the devil in Arizona. Yeah, and then DMX ended up dying.
What's the scariest urban legend from your state? Today we're doing Arizona. The Flagstaff Public Library has been rumored to be haunted for years. People who often go here have told stories about hearing disembodied voices, the sounds of moaning and crying going on, and objects moving on their own. And many people believe that the library inherited these ghosts from an elementary school that once was on these grounds.
Ooh.
Some people believe that there was a custodian who worked at the Emerson Elementary School who took his own life at the school. Many people believe that he took his own life in the basement, and in the basement of the library, it is the younger youth book section, and this is where it is a huge hotspot for paranormal activity.
Hold on.
The library.
So you're telling me that they put the kids section in the basement?
This sounds like super weird. Like, and now he haunts the kids' dreams.
Yeah.
Sounds like a Freddy Krueger like type of.
But that seems like so stupid to me. It's like, hey, we ran out of room, everything up here. We're gonna have to put the kids section in the basement, even though that's that's like most of the people who come to the library are kids.
Yeah, creepy.
Librarians who worked here did look into this and didn't find any records of a custodian having taken his own life, but they did stumble upon a mother named Maria Walkup who took the life of 4 of her children.
Yeah.
So after she took the life of her children, she also took her own life. So many people believe that these are the spirits who were haunting the library. This happened in 1937, and her children did go to the Emerson Elementary School where the library is now. So what are your thoughts on this? Would you check out this library? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments.
I never heard of the Serpent legend, but it's also in Flagstaff, so.
I've been to Flagstaff. Flagstaff's not that scary either.
Yeah, I was in that.
I was in that library. Nothing happened. No,
I was downstairs.
Listen, I'm not trying to deny supernatural. There is very supernatural things. Yes, there's angels and demons. God does exist. Jesus Christ exists. Let's get that straight. But some of these places I've been to, I've not experienced anything.
Yeah. No, I mean, very few things in my life have I experienced in ways I'm happy because I don't want to be scared out of my mind all the time.
Maybe God's looking out for us.
But I think it's just hard to just fully dismiss it because you haven't had some type of stuff yourself, you know? So I can't say for sure. But yeah, for me, majority I have not encountered. I mean, I've encountered quite enough to where, yes, I know for sure God is real, you know, and all this stuff. But as far as super creepy things, like I definitely had the weird, eerie vibes or feelings, but I've never been to any of these, like, I've never been to half the creepy places you've been, apparently.
See, okay, all right. I will say that I did a music video in the lava tubes in Flagstaff. Mm-hmm. I would say those are probably one of the most creepiest things I've been to in Arizona.
Yeah.
Because it's just an endless tunnel. They say that's where the lava for the mountain or like the volcano or whatever was there, carved out all these holes in the tunnel systems. And I was like, lava did this? Okay. But anyways.
Hold on, let me look this up.
Yeah, look it up.
Cool hiking adventure between Sedona and the Grand Canyon? Let me introduce you to the Lava River Cave, a mile-long underground tube formed by a volcanic eruption nearly 700,000 years ago. The cave was created when
so they tell you.
flowed beneath the surface.
I already, whenever you hear large-ass numbers like that, I already just, like, how do you know for sure? Because of carbon dating and blah, blah. Like, all right.
Outside in. What's left is an underground tunnel perfect for exploring. Some must-knows before you go. It is cold inside, even in the summer, so bring warm layers.
See?
The floor is rocky and
living underneath the ground's way to go.
And don't forget a light source. It's pitch black in the cave. I would recommend a headlamp so your hands can be free for balance.
Don't forget, bring your own weapons because there are a few creepers out there.
Bring a Glock just in case. Maybe a shotty.
Very creepy. Yeah.
Look, it's spooky season, just in time to go to the lava tubes. Yeah, no, I'm good.
That's too.
I went in there once, and I didn't know that's where we were going, and I will never go back.
Yeah, I don't know. Lava just happened to all just form down and like make. They just tell you freaking anything, bro. Like
that's what I'm saying, dude. It's like there's no way, dude. In the Lord of the Rings, the Hobbit movie, they call them the Great Earth Eaters.
Yeah,
like they're giant worms who carved holes in the in the
you
earth.
Were about to get eaten by the freaking.
God forbid. I'm serious, dude. God, you're right. God is looking out for us.
You're about to get eaten by a tremor, bro.
Graboid, bro. Holy cow, dude. Dude, seriously though, man. I don't even think we went through that way.
Tremors was made. I think was out here. They made it, right?
I think it's like a fictional town out here, but
yeah, but like, yeah,
dude.
It's
like,
hard to believe, but this
we would go in.
Cave was one
so we went in. We have to carry a whole bunch of gear in there, all right? And I'm like, all right, this is already stupid. It's like you want us to go down into this deep dark cave with gear.
Was there other people around or not?
Yeah, it was it was all my friends.
No, I meant like outside your group.
No, we went at night.
Wow, like for what? You need to be dark. It's already dark.
Guess so. So we wanted to shoot a music video there, and then I mean, dark. Don't get me wrong, I love my friend whose music video was this for. But,
yeah.
But it's just like you want us to go down to this deep dark cave, pitch black night. Middle of the night, like the only light source we have right now is literally the moon.
You're
it's
a good
like,
friend.
and you want us to go down there and shoot a music video right now. We don't know what's in this cave at night.
I mean, regardless of supernatural stuff, I'd still be worried because there's bears out there.
It could very well be a bear, a freaking mountain lion just chilling there. It's like, yo, you guys are in my cave right now.
Was an Indian stick guy out there?
Like there's a stick Indian there. You never know. So we went down there, and I'm already in a bad mood because we have to lift all this shit down.
Yeah.
So I'm like, we're in a cave. Like it's cold. Like, why are we doing this? It's like, and then I'm the only, like, me and like only other, like one other person were like, guys, this seems a little like unsafe. This seems like, you know, superstitious wise. Like
this is
you
like
guys
how
not
a
get
horror movie starts.
Yes, it's like, do you guys not get like freaky vibes being out here in the middle of the night in this forest?
Yeah.
And now we're going to this cave. Like, I can't be the only one like not creeped out by this.
For
So
sure.
I will say that's okay. Normal Flagstaff, not creepy. Lava tubes in the forest, creepy as hell.
I would agree. That would definitely be. We'll end it with this. Speaking of tunnels,
There is an entire connected series of tunnels underneath the college town of Flagstaff, Arizona. And I'm about to tell you who made it and the horrors that may be connected to it now. If you are into the paranormal, this is my series called Haunted US, where we are diving into the paranormal stories and the cryptids of every state here in the United States. We're currently focusing on Arizona, and in particular the Monte Vista Hotel in Flagstaff, Arizona, which in the basement of this hotel is an entrance to these tunnels. So these tunnels were made in the early 1900s by the Chinese. There was a devastating fire in Flagstaff that burned down many of the buildings, and the people blamed it on the Chinese people who were living there due to their cooking practices and their cleaning practices. So these poor people faced a ton of scrutiny, and they built these underground tunnels connecting all of Flagstaff so they could go from place to place without being harassed or seen. These tunnels are still there. Again, there is an entrance to those tunnels through the basement of the Monte Vista Hotel. And these tunnels I've said to be places of opium dens, gambling, and making moonshine. And they say that these tunnels are haunted. The tunnels are not the only things creepy and haunted down in that basement either. It is said that the workers hear a baby crying, and that crying does not stop, and they will even end up running upstairs once they finish doing the laundry or whatever they are doing down there.
Once they finish
This is a very common occurrence in the
It's
hotel.
like, fuck, I gotta get out of here, but I have like one more load to go. I gotta get out of here.
it's just a freaking demon baby crying in there.
You're like, hold on, please. I have one more load, and then I put it in the dryer, and we're good.
I really got to finish this. I am so behind today.
Shit, I have 15 minutes left on this load. I got.
And dedicated to that job, right?
Yeah, it's
I'm not a fan.
Fuck, I'm gonna get yelled at again.
Some babies crying. I don't think I could handle that being in a creepy basement already that's connected to a tunnel that can lead anywhere to the town. There are so many spirits in this hotel that it has taken me a few parts to get them covered. So make sure to watch the two before this to hear about the meat man who used to hang meat from the ceiling of his hotel room, as well as the old woman in the rocking chair that is seen by guests and housekeepers.
Are you down to go stay tonight?
No, because I'm smart enough not to do any of that shit.
Yeah.
I already went down a lava tube. I will not do that again.
But are you down to do it for YouTube?
No, sorry, YouTube, no. Sorry, YouTube, no.
There are underground
Winslow.
tunnels in Winslow also.
That makes sense.
Not true. Wrote my NAU capstone paper on hauntings at NAU, and the tunnels do not exist. Even did a horror tour of the Monte V and tour the roof and basement and stay the night there. Is it haunted? Yep. Are there tunnels under Flagstaff? Nope.
Interesting.
I know some people who have been in the tunnels.
Hey, fuck you.
I mean, I feel like, of course, if there's tunnels underground, people are going to be like, no.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. It's like, hey, like, if there's no tunnels on the ground. Hey, I know people, and they say, fuck you.
What if your tunnels started to lead into all these other smaller tunnels, like those lava?
The lava tubes? Very well could be, dude. So when we got to like the very place where we could possibly go, like, do you know what spelunking is?
Yeah.
Unless you're going spelunking, you can't get through these tunnels normally.
Ugh,
You have to like it's claustrophobic. Like the ceiling and the root and the floor just meet like this, and you have to literally crawl. And I was joking with my friends, is like, there's something down there. Let's not hang around here too long, because nothing human
I don't think
is
that's a joke at
voluntarily
all.
going in there.
Oh shit, yours died. All right, the other camera died. So we're going to end this episode there. We'll get into more stuff because it seems like there's plenty of things to talk about, creepy things out here in Arizona.
Especially Arizona.
Yeah. So
we haven't talked about the Thunderbird.
Yeah.
All right.
Until next time.